Let's pause for a second. No music, no hype, just real talk. You ever look around and feel stuck? Like life just keeps happening to you. Like you're getting dragged to the same routine, same struggles, same cycle. Over and over? Yeah, we've all felt that. Like we're living in default mode. But I want to tell you something that could honestly change your life if you really hear it. Every moment is a choice. And no, I'm not talking about some motivational poster catchphrase. I mean that literally, right now, as you listen to me, you're making choices, how you react, what you believe, what you decide to do next. And those choices, they're building your life. People think life happens in big moments, graduation, promotions, heartbreaks, breakthroughs. But life is actually built in the smallest moments, the quiet ones, the ones where nobody's watching, the ones where you think, it doesn't matter, but it does. It all matters. When you hit snooze or get up anyway, that's a choice. When you talk yourself out of trying, that's a choice. When you decide to believe you're not good enough, that's a choice. And the truth is, if you don't make those choices intentionally, life will make them for you. The world will try to program you. Social media will decide what you care about. Your past will try to dictate your future. Other people's opinions will try to shape who you think you are. But you have a power most people never even tap into. The power to choose something different. You get to choose to break cycles. You get to choose to start healing. You get to choose to take your story in a new direction, even if it scares you. And I get it. It's easier to stay where it's familiar. It's easier to point fingers and say, I can't because of them, or it's just how I've always been. But easy doesn't change your life. Choices do. Every day, you're writing your story. You may not control the chapters that came before, the pain, the setbacks, the mistakes, but you do control what happens next. And that starts with what you choose to do today. Right now, you can choose to keep waiting, or you can choose to move. You can choose to keep doubting, or you can choose to believe. You can choose to stay stuck, or you can choose to grow. It won't be perfect. You'll mess up. You'll question yourself. That's normal. But as long as you're still choosing to get back up, you're winning. And let me tell you something powerful. You don't need permission to change. You don't need a cheerleader. You don't need all the answers. You just need one decision. I'm not staying the same. That's it. That's how it starts. So wherever you are, whether you're tired, overwhelmed, unsure, or just feeling like life's on pause, I want you to breathe, ground yourself, and remember this. You have a choice to rise, to reset, to believe again, to try again. And that choice, it could be the beginning of the best chapter of your life. Make it count. Let's get one thing straight. Your life right now isn't just a random accident. It's the result of thousands of little choices you've made. The ones you noticed and the ones you didn't. The late night decisions. The early morning sacrifices. The words you spoke. The words you held back. The habits you repeated every day, thinking it's no big deal. But it is a big deal. Because every choice you make is like a brick. And over time, that becomes a house you live in. The life you walk through. See, people love to talk about success and dreams like there's some huge mystery. Like there's a secret club or a magic trick you gotta learn. But it's not that complicated. It's about the choices you make consistently. You choose whether you scroll for hours or work on your goals. You choose whether you let fear decide or you move forward anyway. You choose whether to listen to that voice in your head telling you you're not good enough, or you choose to rewrite that script. And no, not every choice is easy. Some will cost you. Some will stretch you. Some will make you feel uncomfortable as hell. But that's the thing about growth. It doesn't show up in comfort zones. It shows up when you choose the harder right instead of the easier wrong. Let me break it down simply. If you want better health, that's not one big workout or one salad. It's the daily choice to move your body, to fuel it for what it needs, to show up when you're tired. If you want stronger relationships, that's not one deep talk. It's choosing to communicate, to forgive, to stay present, to care even when it's inconvenient. If you want success, that's not one lucky break. It's choosing to show up when you're discouraged, to learn when you fail, to hustle when nobody claps for you. You get the point. It's all choices. And here's the best part. You don't have to get it perfect. You just have to keep choosing what builds you instead of what breaks you. A lot of people wait for life to get better before they make better choices. But what if it's the other way around? What if life gets better because you start making better choices? You don't need to make every decision right today. You just need to make the next right one, and then the next one after that. And slowly your habits change. Your mindset shifts. Your energy improves. Your life transforms. It won't be overnight, and it won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Because brick by brick, moment by moment, you're building a life that reflects who you really are, not who the world told you to be, not who your past says you are, who you've chosen to become. So the next time you're sitting there thinking, why does nothing change? Ask yourself, what choices am I making today? What am I tolerating? What am I creating? What am I allowing that I need to stop? Your life isn't some movie being played out where you're the background character. You are the author. You are the builder. You are the one with the pen in your hand. And every single day, you get to decide what kind of story you want to write. So make it one worth living. Let's be real for a second. How many times have you said to yourself, I'll start when I'm ready? We've all done it. We wait for the perfect moment, the right mood, the extra energy, the magic sign from the universe that tells us now is the time. But here's the truth. Ready is a myth. Seriously, nobody ever feels completely ready. Not the person launching their first business. Not the student applying to their dream school. Not the athlete stepping into the arena. Not even the speaker right before the big stage. They're nervous. They're unsure. They're scared. But you know what they're most of all? They're doing it anyway. And that's what separates the people who move forward from the people who stay stuck. Not readiness, but courage. Because if you wait to feel ready, you'll wait forever. You don't grow into action. You act your way into growth. Think about that. If you're waiting until you feel confident, disciplined, strong, smart, fearless, you're never going to move. Because those things don't show up first. They come after. You build confidence by taking action when you're unsure. You build discipline by choosing to show up when you'd rather quit. You build strength by staying in it when it's uncomfortable. You build courage by doing it scared. You're not supposed to have it all figured out. You're supposed to start where you are with what you have. That's what separates people who win from those who just wish action. See, you don't need another podcast, another YouTube video, another plan to get started. What you need is a decision. A decision to stop sitting on your potential. A decision to stop waiting for permission. A decision to stop overthinking and start moving. There is no perfect day. There is no perfect time. There is only now. And the truth is, most people will die with their dreams still inside them. Not because they didn't want it, but because they kept saying, I'll do it later. But not you. Not anymore. You got to interrupt that pattern. You got to catch yourself in the moment where fear tries to take over and say, no, I go now. I move now. I choose now. Start messy. Start small. Start uncomfortable. Just start. Because readiness isn't a feeling, it's a mindset. It's a decision to act in the face of doubt. It's the belief that even if you fail, it's still progress. It's the understanding that growth only happens when you move. So stop lying to yourself saying, when I'm ready, I'll start. Start and you'll be ready. You don't have to feel brave to be brave. You don't have to feel confident to act with confidence. You don't need certainty, you need movement. Every single successful person you admire once stood exactly where you are. They didn't know if it would work. They didn't know if they had what it took. But they went anyway. They moved anyway. So what are you really waiting for? Life's not holding its breath waiting on you. Time isn't going to pause until you're in the mood. You either move or you miss it. This is your wake-up call. Stop waiting to feel ready. Be bold. Be uncomfortable. Be in motion. Because that's where change lives. And that's where you start to meet the person you were always meant to become. Let's be honest. One of the hardest things in life is feeling like people don't see you. Like they don't believe in you. Like your effort, your dreams, your heart, they just don't matter to them. Maybe you poured yourself into something, a goal, a relationship, a vision, and it feels like no one clapped for you. No one said, "I see you, keep going." And in those moments, it's easy to want to give up, to shut down, to shrink, to stop believing in yourself just because other people don't. But here's the thing, you have to choose you, even when they don't. Even when they don't support you. Even when they laugh at your ideas. Even when they walk away. Even when they say, "You're not enough," because their belief is not your fuel. Yours is. It's not your job to convince them. It's not your job to make them understand. It's your job to keep going anyway. Look, some people won't get your vision because it wasn't given to them. It was given to you. That dream, that fire, that idea burning in your gut, that's not random. That's a calling. That's your assignment. That's your life trying to break through all the fear and doubt and say, "Let's go. Let's build. Let's become." But if you keep waiting for someone else to crown you before you claim it yourself, you'll be waiting forever. So choose you. Choose you when you're doubting everything. Choose you when nobody claps. Choose you when you're the only one in the room with the dream. Choose you when it's quiet and lonely and uncomfortable. Because here's what happens when you do. You start to build confidence from the inside. You start to grow roots so deep, no storm can shake you. You stop needing validation, and you start moving with conviction. Listen, not everyone is meant to come with you. Not everyone is meant to believe in you right away. Some people won't see the value in what you're doing until it's undeniable. And that's okay. Let them sleep on you. Let them doubt you. Let them talk. But you don't get to quit on you. You have to keep showing up, not for applause, but because you refuse to stay where you are. You have to walk like it's already yours. Speak like it's already done. Act like your future self is watching, because they are. And every time you choose yourself in the dark, you build strength in the light. That's how you rise. That's how leaders are built. That's how legacies are born. That's how winners are made. In silence, in pain, in moments nobody sees. So stop waiting for someone to pick you. Pick yourself. Be your own cheerleader. Be your own motivation. Be your own proof. Because when you choose you consistently, confidently, without hesitation, the world eventually catches up. But by then, you won't even need their approval, because you'll already be walking in your purpose. And that kind of power, that's what changes everything. So today, even if no one else claps, even if no one else gets it, clap for yourself. Stand tall and choose you anyway. You ever think about how one tiny moment can change your whole life? Not some big, dramatic scene out of a movie. I mean the small stuff. The ordinary, quiet, this probably doesn't matter type of decisions. But they do matter. Because the truth is, everything in your life right now is a result of a series of small choices. Where you are, what you have, how you feel, all of it. It wasn't one giant leap. It was step after step after step. And that means this. You're one small decision away from changing everything. Maybe it's choosing to get out of bed 5 minutes earlier today. Maybe it's choosing to speak kindly to yourself instead of tearing yourself down. Maybe it's choosing to send that message, apply for that opportunity, go for that walk, or say no to the thing that's been draining you. One small choice. That's all it takes to start building momentum. See, we often think that change has to be massive, like we have to overhaul our whole life in one shot. But it doesn't work like that. Change is built in the tiny moments, the quiet ones, the ones that nobody applauds. It's choosing to try again after you failed yesterday. It's choosing to eat something better today because your body deserves it. It's choosing to write one paragraph, record one video, do one push-up instead of nothing. And that small action, that's power. Because one small choice leads to the next. And that's where confidence comes from. That's how consistency gets built. That's how you shift from who you were to who you're becoming. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to choose better once. That's it. Choose better one more time today than you did yesterday. Choose to pause instead of react. Choose to breathe before you break down. Choose to believe instead of doubt, just for a second longer. And here's the wild part. You won't always see the impact right away. It'll feel pointless at first. Like, why am I even doing this? What's the use? But weeks go by, months go by, and suddenly you'll look back and realize you're not the same person anymore. You'll realize that version of you who always gave up, they're gone. That version who waited for someone else to fix it, gone. That version who never thought they were enough, they've been replaced by someone who decided, over and over, to make one small better choice. So don't underestimate what one decision can do. Don't downplay the power of showing up today. Even if it's messy, even if it's hard, everything starts with a single moment of courage. And sometimes that courage looks like something simple, like getting out of bed, like saying no to an old habit, like choosing peace instead of chaos, like showing up when you don't feel like it. The world won't notice right away, but you will, and that's what matters, because you're not waiting for change anymore. You're creating it, one small choice at a time. So if you're wondering when it all starts, it's not next week, it's not next year, it's not when you're more confident, more successful, or more ready. It starts right now with one small, better choice. Make it right here, right now, and then make the next one. And keep going, because that's how everything changes. At the end of the day, it's simple. You have a choice. You can stay where you are, or you can rise. You can keep playing small, stuck in the same patterns, waiting for the right time, or you can decide that this is it. This is your moment. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need everything figured out. You don't even need to feel confident right now. You just need to choose. Choose to show up. Choose to be better than yesterday. Choose to rewrite the story that's been holding you back. It won't be easy. No one said it would be, but it will be worth it. Because every time you rise, even if it's just a little, you remind the world and yourself that you're not done yet. You've still got more in you. You've still got fight. You've still got dreams that are waiting for you to believe in them again. So choose to rise, even if you're tired, even if you're scared, even if no one's cheering you on. Do it for you, because you deserve more than survival. You deserve to live. And if this message hits you deep, if it lit a spark, don't let it die out. Carry it with you. Share it with someone who needs it. Hit that like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who's ready to rise too. Because this world doesn't need more perfection. It needs more people who refuse to stay down. Let that be you. Choose to rise. Always.